Last month, before this committee, the Association of Voice Actors made a submission and gave evidence. And one of the issues that they raised was that their members are presented with contracts in pro forma terms from studios or other intermediaries on behalf of Audible, and the requirements of those contracts or the terms of those contracts, to quote their submission, required the handing over of, and this is where the quote begins, all present and future copyrights and similar and related rights in all languages, formats and media, and then also later apparently stated, unconditionally waives in perpetuity the benefits of any provision of law known as moral rights, and consents to all current and future forms of exploitation of the rights granted to the producer under this agreement. Now, the concern of the voice actors that was expressed before this committee was that it granted, in effect, Amazon the right to steal their voices or to utilise their voices under those terms for future narration or for creating facsimiles or approximations of those voices without recognition or payment. Do either of you want to address that concern and the potential issues from those terms?
Look, Senator, thank you for the question. My understanding is that across Amazon, including at Audible, Audible doesn't permit the depiction of a person's voice or likeness without their consent. I think Audible has a very strong commitment to the professional narration community.
One of the other matters they raised was that the Voice Actors Association and the MEAA had developed what they referred to as an AI rider, which sought to prohibit companies like Audible using AI to create synthesised voice or likenesses of the actor. And they say that was their submission to us, that Audible has consistently refused to accept those terms. Based on your earlier answer, Ms Foster, that the content wasn't being used to train your AI or create facsimiles or synthesis of these materials or these actors, why is that what's the reason for that refusal?
My understanding, as I say, is that they continue to work through these issues, but that at this stage, Audible isn't planning to make changes to their current contracts.
Just follow that. So you're just saying to all those actors, to creatives out there, there's no reason why we're doing it, because we're not going to tell you, we're just doing it. So you're not going to tell us the why. You have the audacity to sit there and not tell us the why. Like, Mr Levy, you've got responsibility. You've come to the hearing. We want to know, the public wants to know why you've made that decision, and we want to cross-examine that legitimacy or otherwise. Quite frankly, at the moment, there's no legitimacy as far as I can see.
Look, thanks, Chair, for the question. So, again, my understanding is that this is something that Audible is approaching thoughtfully. They're speaking with the professional narration community. They're also exploring the way in which publishers and creators want to use text-to-speech technology to reach customers more broadly. So to your specific question, Senator, as to why this technology would be explored, it would be because there may be a preference of some publishers and creators to actually reach audiences using text-to-speech technology.
It still defies belief that you're unable to tell us whether Amazon has used the work of the Australian creatives across Audible, Kindle and Prime Video to train your AI models. Your answers provide no comfort to people worried about they're getting ripped off as a result of their life's work. And if I was a writer or a voice actor listening to this, I'd be terrified. What do you say to that, Mr Levy?
Senator, look, I understand the question. I think Ms Foster indicated that on that specific query about whether that content is being used to train AI models, that is something we would be happy to come back to the committee on.
Well, can I add a little bit of... sorry, Chair.
No, I'm going to... This is a particularly critical issue about a very fundamental piece of information about using the various models you've got to turn around, and you've asked for consent, you've demanded consent to all current, I'm using the terminology in the language that's used in the contracts, consent to all current and future forms of exploitation of the rights to grant, granted to the producer under this agreement. So you've actually said that you're going to have the full rights to everybody's creative presence to use in any fashion you like. And if you don't take it, then leave it, we'll find somebody else. That's not a negotiation. And you've just said it now. You have no intention, as you understand from Amazon, to make any change to that. I find it reprehensible, and it does require governments to act.